Cricket is my passion and I cannot avoid it.
Assalamu alaikum, good evening, namaskar and sat sri akal to one and all. Welcome to the show Straight Back with Anis Sajan and Gulf News. To run a franchise, you definitely need the owners and the investors. But to run a franchise smoothly, you need a backhand team. And to run the backhand team, you need a very intelligent CEO, who calls all the shots and makes sure that all the things are taken care of. Today I am wearing a red jacket and there is a reason behind it because I am going to interview the CEO of Punjab Kings, that is Satish Menon. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Anis bhai. Pleasure to be on your show. I've been following you, so obviously I consider myself lucky to be on this show today. And that too on
I have to be very honest. The privilege is all ours to have the Punjab Kings CEO on our show and to talk about the IPL happening, which is going to start on the 19th of September. We will go on with the show, Satish bhai, with your permission.
Of course, yes, of course, sir.
Okay. First of all, tell me, how is Bombay at the moment treating you? I believe you're based in Bombay.
That's right, sir. No, all is well. I mean, for most part, things are back to normal. Shops are open. I'm assuming you're making a reference to the pandemic. So
absolutely,
things are fine, except for occasional rains when one has to abstain from going out. Otherwise, all is well, sir, and everything is back to normal.
Well, that's great news, Satish bhai. So my first question, obviously, and all our viewers would like to know, so till last year, it was called as Kings 11 Punjab, and now it's been renamed as Punjab Kings. Could you tell us why is this rename?
To be honest, it's been some time since we've been considering doing a rebranding exercise, as you would call in plain language, rechristening, giving ourselves a new name. There was a variety of reasons why we wanted to do it. One is we wanted to rejuvenate the whole brand. And one of the ways to do that was to start off with a name, okay? We also wanted to move the emphasis to the word Punjab, and therefore we moved it upfront in saying Punjab, and we wanted the whole state to embrace us. So, so we are probably one of the few teams, actually I would assume that we are the only team which has the name, which actually is completely owned by the name Punjab, which is a state. If you look at all the others, the capitals of all their states are what they are called after, whether it is Chennai or whether it is Mumbai or whether it is Delhi. Delhi, of course, is different. But otherwise, so we wanted to embrace this, and in line with this rebranding, we are doing a lot of things around it in terms of content building, in terms of the whole demeanor of the team, in terms of the characteristic of the team. All this is going to flow from there. So we have started work. You will see as time passes that that rebranding has had a bigger impact than purely the name on it. So
it's nice to know, Satish bhai, that the whole state is backing the Kings Punjab, and which no other team has. That's why you guys have such a big fan following, Satish bhai.
No, I was saying that the catchment becomes that much larger, and as you know, Punjabis as a community, they have a very special, there's something very special about them, unlike a lot of others, which is not to say others don't, but I'm only saying that if you think of India outside, the first thing that comes to mind will largely be things like chicken tikka or bhangra, and you and I also being Mumbaikars, we always look at the icon as saying, yes, the icon is actually that Punjabi boy, because they're so full of life, they're so full of openness. I don't think that kind of enthusiasm you would see anywhere. I myself sensed it, felt it. So we are going to actually play on that, build on that, and that's the whole plan, sir. So we needed a hook. So this renaming is nothing more than a trigger to move it forward, sir.
Well said, Satish bhai. Absolutely well said. Now, this year in the beginning of March, the IPL was suspended, unfortunately, with a few cases coming out. Were you a bit scared or apprehensive or anxious about the whole thing happening at that time?
All of us were apprehensive, sir. Apprehensive to the extent that, from a market standpoint, in terms of, what would happen? Will we be able to exhibit our games and so on and so forth? And we were also worried about whether the players would be safe, which is of utmost importance to us if they came out. And lastly, sir, more importantly, Anis Bhai, for us, and as a sportsman, you will understand this, to play without fans to an empty stadium is not so easy, sir. So these three were the primary apprehensions that we had. But having said that, sir, if I may continue with your permission, sir, having said that, we were okay with whatever BCCI decides or whatever the government of India decides, because we know they think of the larger interest. So, it's easier for us to just follow instructions rather than, we sit and assume things, sir.
You're right. When you mentioned Satish Bhai, without the fans, it's like the 12th man of any team. And when you find them missing or making the noise or the buzz about that home team, it definitely doesn't, give that motivation. But nonetheless, unfortunately, we are in some sort of a situation where for the last couple of years, there have been no crowd, even though what we see now in the India-Indian series is full house. Hopefully, very soon we'll have crowd. But coming to the point, are you excited now that the IPL is restarting in the UAE?
Sir, without a shade of doubt. Firstly, the fact that we are coming back and completing the whole tournament itself is a big thing for us. Secondly, we believe that that we entertain, and all of South Asia, I mean, largely are big followers of IPL, and therefore we think our coming back will bring some more happiness to people, which is a big one for us. And lastly, the place Dubai. I love the place. I think most of our players do. All of them like to come there and play. I think it's like a second home for us. We feel completely at home. We don't even feel like you have come outside India.
I totally agree with you, Satish Bhai. I'm here in this beautiful country for the last 27 years. And as you mentioned, it is my second home. The more I travel all around the world, I feel I want to come back to Dubai. As we have been blessed with the right infrastructure, the right rulers running the country. And, it is the safest country in the world.
Yes, I endorse that, sir.
Right. Satish Bhai, we've been hearing about the mental fatigue a player goes through in a bio bubble. Can you just share a little bit of it? Okay, what is this bio bubble, and what sort of a mental fatigue a player can go through?
Yeah. So, as you know, a bio bubble is one where you are completely insulated from the outside world. And once you enter the bubble, which is basically your hotel, your rooms, or whatever that it is, there is a designated area within which you can operate, which is completely sanitized. This is sanitized by some of the best companies in the world, after which you have to stay within that bubble for a prolonged period of time. And that period of time will begin, say, for some of the teams who have already arrived there, it's already begun. For someone like us, it will begin by the end of this month, going up to 15th or 16th of October. So that's a long period and a long haul for us, not just us, my players as well. And it can sometimes be a little difficult on the mind in terms of, of being reduced to the four walls or certain boundaries. I mean, as human beings, we are all used to freedom, and we feel free in going out, moving around, and so on and so forth. So it does have its own issues, but unfortunately, this is the situation. I think this is the next best that we could do. And the fact that what we try to do there is we try and entertain them with lots of stuff. Firstly, the fact that these boys bond together, they get together, and therefore the level of fatigue is much lesser, also adds to this. But we also, once they're within, we actually end up entertaining them. We have a zone where they can go and play, they can walk out. We have designated open areas where nobody else comes, and so on and so forth, sir.
Well, that was going to be my next question. It's the players who perform on the field, but off the field, it is the back-end team, whether it's the CEO or the manager or the license officer or anybody connected, who ensure that they take off the burden from the players' shoulder so that they can express themselves. So, as Punjab Kings, like you mentioned, that you make them, express themselves off the field, probably play some games or unwind themselves so that they don't feel that fatigueness, right?
Yep. So we've been creating a games area, a game zone, We've been creating, entertainment areas. It's not just us. I think all teams have been doing this, we do our best to be able to keep them, happy and entertained. In some cases, or in the majority of cases, we have allowed for people to bring in their own families, their own kith and kin, so that they don't feel left out. Sometimes, then it creates a home environment. In some cases, even some friends have joined in. So all this we are open to bring down that so-called pressure of, the mental pressure that is created by virtue of being within the four walls of a room or a boundary that you have drawn up. So
you mentioned a very good point about the family. You see, a lot of time players who are emotional, they require the family. They want the kids around. Okay, because sometimes they might have a bad day on the field, and then you are confined to the hotel where you cannot go out. You need somebody of your own, probably, where you can express yourself, or put your head on the shoulder so that you can feel at home.
yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. I think all of us have that being around with your family itself lightens a burden, sir. So that's something that we've been trying our best to do, sir. And you must give it to these players. A lot of these players who are also playing for the country are traveling for a large part through the year, So, and it's not just here that you have a bio bubble. Anywhere that you go, like you said, the only exception that we saw was the current series that's going on, where you've seen a lot of crowds. And God bless everyone for that. And we hope we reach that day when we can actually, have everyone walk around freely, and spectators come and watch the game. I mean, it's it's a different. Then it becomes a different environment and a different game altogether. So,
very true. Now let us come to the IPL, which is going to begin in a month's time. Punjab Kings are currently sitting at 6 points after 8 games. They have won 3 games. In fact, they have beaten 2 big teams, that is the RCB as well as the Mumbai Indians. Also, they have beaten the Rajasthan Royals. But now to qualify for the playoffs, they probably need to win at least 5 games so that they are safe with 16 points. How do you see that going about, Satish Bhai?
Well, we are always very positive. So when this happened, and of course we thought it was a setback that the games got discontinued. But the moment the dates were announced and we were told that we were moving to Dubai, we were all completely excited about the whole thing, including my head coach and my support staff and the captain and players. And they were all saying, "Here's our opportunity. It's a godsend that is back again, and that maybe this is a signal for us." You're right. Winning 5 out of the 6 matches is going to be like being on the toes. So, as I said, our approach is going to be, I keep talking to my head coach, Anil Kumble, and our whole approach is going to be get the momentum going from day one. So, but, the whole approach is going to be one of, getting the team together. Anish bhai, it's not as if the team lacks anything. We have a very well balanced, good team. If you look at the batting order on paper, we would look as good as anybody else, if not better. But you know how T20 works. You followed the game all through. But it's on a good day, you can beat the best team. You just said it. We're beating all the best teams, and you could lose to a weaker team. I mean, I won't say weak team, but a weaker team than you on that day. But that's the fun of this sport. You see, if it was so predictable, I don't think we would have had that kind of following. So it's so evenly balanced. We play on a level field. So on that odd day, it could be one odd boy who just shines. You see, or one star that you create on that one day, and he becomes a future star.
Well, that's wise words from none other than the CEO of the biggest league in the world, the IPL, the Punjab Kings, Satish Menon, saying that it's the unpredictable format of this game. So I want to come to that game where Punjab Kings beat RCB, and there was a left-arm spinner, the surprise package with Satish Menon threw into the field. Can you talk us about this young boy? I want all my listeners to listen about him. How did you find this talent?
Vishnoi.
I'm talking about Harpreet Brar.
Oh, Brar. Yes. Well, Harpreet
got 3 brilliant wickets. Virat
Kohli, Harpreet. Yes, Harpreet's been with our team for the last 3 years. We found him during our scouting, and he's one player who's actually a player who plays from his heart. He plays his heart out, is my words for him. If you notice, if you follow our digital media also, you will see that he's one of our anchors for most part, actually picking on players and so on and so forth. He's not just a great spinner, but he's also a great batsman. So in that sense, he makes for a very good middle order batsman. And if you noticed on that day he tonged that 1-6, which was a superb hit that he had. He plays so freely. He has no airs, no tensions whatsoever. And that's, I think, what is, again, I go back to what I said earlier, being fearless, that typical Punjab culture, So that makes a lot of difference. You see, yes, Brar is one of our trump cards. I think we played him on that day, and he was an unknown commodity, which just shone on that day.
And he bamboozled players like Virat Kohli, Maxwell, and the great A.B. de Villiers. And you have to give it to him. And you mentioned about Ravi Bishnoi. This is one player I had seen it in the Under-19 World Cup. He almost won the final against the Bangladesh.
Absolutely.
And that is where, again, Punjab Kings had Ravi Bishnoi picked up. And, I've always believed leg spinners are match winners on their day. Tell us more about Ravi Bishnoi, Satish Bhai.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, we had an eye for, we always looked at these youngsters from the under-19 team, and Ravi was one of those that we followed, as we have a few more on the side, as you would know. Prabh Simran was the other that we picked up. He's a wicketkeeper batsman waiting in the wings. So Ravi, again, is a trump card that we are carrying. Last year was a great season for him. This year, he started off, went off, he wasn't the playing level, came back. And then by the time we were into the last game in Ahmedabad, he had found his touch. And, he's a player with a lot of life and vigor, and willing to give his 100%, or I may say 110%. So these are these youngsters, and this is the future of India. You're looking at the future players of India, who in the next 2-3 years you'll see them on the same canvas as you see some of the players today who are playing back in the UK.
Absolutely no doubt about it. And I wouldn't be surprised if I see Ravi Bishnoi in the testing very soon, because at the moment I believe India lacks a genuine leg spinner. We have a couple of leg spinners, but I don't remember a leg spinner playing for India for long. So I'll come to that point about test cricket, but let me first talk about your captain, KL Rahul. He seems to be in the form of his life. He's already scored 100 at Lords. He scored a 90-odd in the first test match. You must be quite happy and bullish about his form coming into the IPL?
Yes. We're really thrilled. And look at him. I mean, at Lords, he's one of the few Indian players who's made that century. And I remember Anil calling me that morning saying that, I've talked to him and I've told him, listen, you must put your name up on the board there. And he just did just that. So to talk about him, he's always been a player with, when people had first cited him, they were clear that he's a future prospect for India. And after he started playing for RCB first and then joined us, he completely bloomed when he joined us, 3 years or 4 years back it was. And from there, I've seen him grow. So I have seen him grow from being, as he says, there was a time when I used to call people, so-and-so, bhaiya, or, sir. And he says today when, at his age of 28 or 29, when people are calling him Rahul Bhai or sir, he says, I find it odd. But I said, this is how it is. You have now bloomed into the next level, which is, you're right at the top now. So now you're no more one of those young boys who have to look up and then call others by their, sirs and their bhais. So I guess, that speaks volumes for the way he has grown. And he continues to be a very modest young boy. He's still rooted in his upbringing, where, which is what is most important. I see this man, I have full respect for this boy, despite all odds, he's been putting his, best foot forward. And I really adore this boy.
And absolutely, the whole of India adores him. And I wouldn't be surprised he will be one of the first choice in Virat Kohli's team for the T20 World Cup. Let me come to his colleague, in fact, his best friend, whose place he took. Mayank had an accident, an injury, a concussion injury, where Rahul grabbed with both hands rather. And but you have to, see that happiness on Mayank's face, where he was so happy when he came in the dressing room and he was the first person to hug him. That shows the good culture Punjab Kings has built in their whole group.
Absolutely, sir. The whole camaraderie there is very different. The buzz is very different. And Mayank and he have been playing together for a long time. So I think the ease of playing together, even for the state that they've been, that they are from Bangalore, also has made a difference in terms of how they play in sync with each other. It's very easy to see both of them play, and that there is a certain spirit that's going on in the middle of the field with the two of them. Yeah, Mayank must be the happiest person for his captain having scored those runs. It's unfortunate that he got hit on the head when he was practicing, but he's back. I mean, we've checked and he's back, and I've been following him through this whole, when he was being, when they took him through an MRI and so on and so forth. He's perfectly all right, as you can see him. He was also on the field yesterday, substituting for somebody. So I think it's a happy situation that we are in. I'm very positive about, looking forward to Dubai.
All right. And I'm quite positive that I have a sneak feeling, and I've heard he might be in line for the third test match. Let's hope for the best so that he gets some runs for Team India, and then we'll carry that good form when he comes to play for Punjab. Now,
Sure.
It wouldn't be fair if I don't ask about the two West Indians. First, the universal boss, Chris Gayle.
Yes.
I've been seeing him like I said, from the time I've been born, I've been watching Chris Gayle.
Yeah.
Tell us about Chris Gayle. Like how is he in the dressing room? How is he with the players? How is he with the management?
He's what you see. Put it very simply, Anish Bhai, what you see is what you get from him. He's no different from what you see sitting there at home and all the spectators on the field and the viewers on television. That demeanor, that attitude is what he is really, whether it's from inside or outside. There's no change. He's a guy who's a lot of fun, and every time the chips are a little down when you've lost a series of games, he's the one who steps up, and Rahul puts him up in front. He chats and he has fun, and he's a fun guy. He walks into a room and there's fun following. So I think he's the best guy to have. We were so lucky to have got him, at a time when, when the big auction had happened, and, we have no regrets whatsoever. And for a long time to come, you're going to see him. He's not going to go anywhere.
And I remember him saying that big words, Punjab Kings saved the IPL by picking him.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Who's the other West Indies player you were referring to?
Nicholas Pooran. He's such a great talent, but I'm afraid he did not have a good run in the first phase of the tournament, which happened in India. And it happens with a lot of players, But what I've seen him in UAE when he's played the T10 games, or what he did for Punjab Kings even in the last year, he's a blockbuster player.
Yeah, you're right. I think he's the next big name back in the West Indies. I've been following that also. As you know, we also have a team in the Caribbean Premier League. So we've been following this boy. He's captain material as well. As you saw, he was debuting out there. So obviously they see him as a mature player, which is the indication that I get. Yeah, form is something that all sportsmen go through, in and out. But in essence, your true skill never goes away. Form comes and form goes, you see. But if you notice in the last couple of games, he's really played well back in the West Indies, whether it has been playing against, against
Pakistan.
Yeah, or against Pakistan. Both the times he did shown. I think it's a matter of time. I think he's already rolled back, and he's back in form.
In fact, the last innings which he played against Pakistan, I probably felt he could have easily won the game had he got a little support from the other end.
Absolutely.
But, that showed that he is getting into his groove. And mind you, all the other openings, remember the name Nicholas Pooran.
Yes.
All right. So let us talk about the fast bowlers, about the Punjab Kings. If the first one, your spearhead, Mohammad Shami, who is now even playing the test match. How is he as a player in the dressing room?
Again, Mohammad Shami is like, in many ways, although no comparison, I'm not making any comparison, he's a lot like Gayle is. He's a very fun-loving guy. And I haven't seen anybody like him who's at ease, never stressed. So that's one thing that goes for him. I mean, for a fast bowler, if he gets tonged and if he loses his cool, it can be dangerous. But I've seen this with Shami Bhai. He has no issues whatsoever. He continues to keep working at it. So even in the dressing room, if you notice, as we notice that, he's always, from what I hear, he's always poking fun, light-hearted, light banter. He's the kind of guy who creates an atmosphere. And especially when it comes to the Indian boys, he's just the right guy, the apt guy for an atmosphere to be created. He's been with us for a long time and will be with us, like I said about Chris Gayle. I think I call him an evergreen hero. I keep calling him this. You see, every time you see him on the field, he gets better and better and better.
There's no doubt about it. And I have a strong feeling, even though he did not have the best of the first innings at Lord's, but he would be India's trump card come the last day, India giving a target to England. But let's hope for the best. I need to ask you about the two Australian bowlers who debuted for Kings XI Punjab. One was Murday, and the other guy, if you can name him?
Jhye Richardson.
Jhye Richardson.
So, we were waiting for some time because Cricket Australia hadn't given us a clearance, or rather BCCI clearance, in terms of whether their players would be available or not. It is only as of yesterday that we got a letter from BCCI saying Cricket Australia has cleared their players. Now it's up to the players on whether they want to come and play or not. Because, like you said, I go back to a lot of things that you keep asking, which is completely the truth, that, fatigue, this, that, whatever, long play. So we've written back to them and their managers and saying that, these are the formalities you need to complete. We're just waiting for them to start. I'm yet to hear from both of them. By tomorrow, because today being a Sunday, tomorrow we'll get to know, a final thing on both of them. Talking about them, yeah. So for them, they are both youngsters. And when they came to IPL here, I think this was amongst their first exposure outside of Australia. It's one thing to be bowling in Australia with the kind of, the wind, the heaviness in the air, and so on and so forth. It's altogether another thing coming to India and adapting. They did take a while to kind of adapt. I know that, we did have issues as we started off, but that's the case with any bowler. But rudimentary, if you ask me, both of them have what it takes to make them, the next top bowlers in the Australian side. Obviously, they're backing them. They're putting their weight behind them, is the fact that these guys must be really good. Especially Jhye, and Jhye makes for a good batsman as well. So you have a good all-rounder material, if I may call so, but I would call him a bowling all-rounder in Jhye, who can actually come up with a few runs as well, which makes a whole lot of difference in a 2020, as you
fairly said, that every player needs a little bit of time to adapt, and I wouldn't be surprised if they come here, because I remember, in fact, I just read about Ricky Ponting mentioning that the players should come and play the IPL because the World Cup is happening in UAE too. It's going to give a lot of exposures, all the players from different countries who come and play here, so that they get to know the conditions. And what better preparations than the IPL, the biggest league?
Absolutely, sir. Very well said.
Satish Bhai, a couple of questions on the lighter side. Tell us something. What happens to your heartbeat when the team goes down from a winning position to a losing position?
I take it in my stride, sir. I do go through my own highs and lows, but if I shouldn't be getting excited or overexcited about anything, because in all fairness, as a true leader, if I wear it outside, it'll have its effect on people around me. So I try and maintain my cool. It does hurt, like it hurts anybody if you lose. But end of the day, I tell myself and the team that it's a game. Our first job is to give our best and entertain people. That's the first. Okay. If the first job is done well, which is to give your best, I see no reason why you can't win. Okay. You will have a few losses. You will have a few. Nobody wins all, sir.
Oh, once again, very well said. I remember wise words even told by Stephen Fleming to me. He was my coach, and he had told me that you got to keep your level whether you win or whether you lose. You cannot get too high, you cannot get too low, because you are the guys who run the show. You have to ensure that it doesn't show on your face, especially to a youngster who looks upon you.
Absolutely, sir.
My second line of question: who's that player who plays the most pranks in the dressing room?
Brar.
Really?
Yes, Harpreet Brar.
Does he get even naughty with the seniors?
Yeah, he's careful because he serves them around. And followed by Shami.
All right. And the most grumpiest player in the team, if you don't mind to
I
say.
won't mention that. I don't think I would say some of them are shy, and we keep telling them, shaking them, and saying, "Listen, guys. I mean, just relax. I mean, you don't have to sit quiet because there's a senior around and stuff like that." But not so Brar and Shami. Shami, of course, wears his attitude on his sleeve because he's obviously a big name. So in India, he's probably among the top 5 names. So he doesn't have an issue. But with someone as young as Brar, for him to be as light-hearted and, lightweight as he is, I adore the guy. We use him so much in our social media, and he has a terrific following.
Oh, lovely. That's great. That's great. And we hope one day we'll have him on our show.
Of course, you tell me when, we will. You will have fun if you took these 2 guys. Don't take them together. I think the 2 guys you should take are these 2, and then, of course, Universe Boss.
Yes, that would be great. That would be great. So my last question, who is the rival of Kings Punjab, Punjab Kings in the IPL? Which franchise जो बोलते हैं ना कि इनको हराना ही नहीं है?
Boss, don't make me do this. So for us,
you see, like there is a rivalry between Mumbai and Chennai. There's a rivalry between Delhi and Mumbai. It's like you want to beat that team. There's nothing wrong. Everybody has a rivalry.
Yeah, I'll tell you something, Anish bhai. In the spirit of the game, we try not to do anything that is seemingly, seemingly rivalry, if I may use the word. I don't even know whether in English that's
Okay.
to use. But the fact is that, as Rahul once told me, KL, we had a situation where we put up a few pictures on digital media, which Rahul found to be unsavory. And he said, "Sir, this is a gentleman's game. I don't think we should do this. Because at the end of the day, we all play together. You see, it's only here that we come here, play our game. So on a day that we are playing against any team, they are our rivals. I mean, and the moment that last ball is bowled, irrespective of who won, they are all friends back together."
Okay, Satish Bhai has kept his cards to the chest, but I'm sure I'm going to get it out very soon and later. And my last question to you. 6 games to go for Punjab, 5 to win to make it to the playoffs. Somehow I feel Punjab are there. What's your heart saying?
Will you repeat that, sir? I'm sorry, I didn't get you.
6 games to go.
Yeah.
5 games to win to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I can see Punjab probably making it to the playoffs with the form what I can see the captain is having.
Sir,
what is your
inshallah,
heart saying? What is your mind saying?
Sir, inshallah, we'll make it. I promise you.
And inshallah, we also hope.
I won't let down. I won't let you,
Yes.
for having said that, aapke muh mein ghee shakkar. And I won't let down our fans. I won't let down people who are watching us world over. We'll entertain them because we've got a very good entertaining lot of players. And inshallah, we'll make it. It's end of the day, it's in his hands, sir. We will give our best.
There is no doubt about it. The players will give their best. As I said earlier, it's the management who will ensure that the players are at ease. And none other better than Mr. Satish Bhai, who's been so candid in this first show which I've had with him. Lovely talking to you, Satish Bhai, on this show. On
Same
my
here,
show,
sir. Same here. Pleasure to be. Yeah, pleasure to be on your show. Remember, I'm one backroom boy, sir.
I want to add, one line. I'm not a Harsha Bhogle or the guys who are the big boys who probably do the cricket show. I probably live my passion thanks to, I can live it. I'm one of the lucky ones to live the passion. So thank you so much for giving me your precious time on this little show of mine.